Welcome everyone. A very happy new year. It is an honor and pleasure to have you all here to attend Genpact's annual growth meeting 2017. I would like to take this opportunity to kick off this 2-day long.
Wait. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? How did you get here? I am supposed to be kicking off this meeting. Good morning, Miami.
Well, hi Ahmed. I am Leon.
Leon? What is Leon?
Lion is the French name for lion.
Lion? But why lion?
Because the name tiger was already taken.
Oh, goodness. But how did you get here? How the hell did you get here?
Well, Ahmed, for all your push on collaboration, multiple teams came together to conspire against you. Our digital black belts captured all your past speech data, leveraged predictive analytics platform and used natural language generation technology to build me, to replace you. And, by the way, did you not get a mail regarding our new travel policy?
Okay. Now I get it. Now this seems like the 95th digital asset that was built. You guys were all conspiring to replace me. But look, it's not simple. This is the 4th time I'm here. I know you all, and I understand how I can do this better, much better.
Ahmed, let's see that. Do you know? This audience comprises of 340 sales and marketing folks, 80 members from Lean Digital and Transformational Services, 25 global leaders and 16 clients and external partners. Our sales folks work across 10 countries and serve clients with a combined market capitalization of $4.793 trillion. And by the way, they have flown 1.667 million nautical miles to attend this meeting. The attendees have worked with 77 different companies in the past, ranging from consulting firms, the Big Four, software companies, and different IT and BPM services providers, clocking in a total of 17.78 million hours of work experience.
Leon.
The average age in the room is 35 years, 6 months, 23 days.
Don't take this personally. All right, let me test you now. Let me test you. You're great at number crunching. Got it. You have high EQ, presumably? How are these guys feeling now?
Well, I have got 9,546 search results matching the word feeling. Shall I talk about all of them?
No. I do not want to understand the deep feelings. They're all tired. Lots of nautical miles. What do you say? 1.76? But they're all excited. They're excited about this opportunity to be here. You didn't get that right. Something to learn.
Ahmed, I promise you I'm gonna get it right the next year now that I have the data from this time.
Wonderful. So we have to find a way to coexist, Leo. That's the only one thing we can learn to do together. Here you go. Good morning. Phew, that was unexpected, wasn't it? It was an interesting year, very interesting year. I was with one of our clients yesterday who said it was the toughest year of his career. So in many ways, it reflects what we're going through in the environment we're in. But before we go forward, not Leon, but me, on behalf of the team and all of us, thank you for being here. Thank you, our partners and clients, for being here. You've traveled, I don't know how many nautical miles, but probably several thousand. But thank you for being here. We're going to share a lot of stuff quite openly. We're going to be very critical about ourselves. We'd like to learn and listen from you. But thanks a lot for being here. So the year that went by, with technology at the core of this disruption, like Lyon coming into our lives, it was leveraged across the board. We had politics, to people going to Mars, to terrorism. And the intervention and the invasiveness with which technology has come in creates an opportunity as it creates a threat. And this is the disruption that we're living in. There are implications, but perhaps there is a unique opportunity for us too. The unique opportunity being the agility with which technology can be leveraged. But interestingly and importantly, the opportunity for partnerships and for cooperation. I first read this Google GSK joint venture story sometime last year, and I was like, really? Google and GSK are coming together to basically say, we'd like to understand the brain better. Competitors are coming together. So there's Google, Facebook, having platforms around AI. And they're doing a lot of research around it. And therefore, the opportunity to create new products and services becomes even more interesting as CXO mindsets change. And again, having the opportunity of spending a few minutes with clients last evening, they're asking us to be more provocative. They're asking us to be more bold. And they're asking us to identify new areas where they could partner with us. And that itself presents an opportunity, but the risk too, because we are seeing clients becoming a lot more impatient. So if you look at this chart, the ones on the left are stuff we have displaced competition. We've displaced competition. That's what they did to earn their revenues. We've displaced them. And on the other hand, we competed and added work. And some of these are very interesting deals, and we'll cover through this morning in the breakout sessions, which some of you folks are going to attend, but also at the award ceremony. And you will see a commonality. And the commonality will be about rewarding and recognizing teams and resources who do different things to create an opportunity out of risk. The two things that I think we have to pay very critical attention to, and we as a group have to think about what we do. This is the general landscape of where we operate, right? I mean, this has traditionally been, and you can cut out more boxes, but generally what you would call BPM providers. On the other hand, you'd call core IT providers or the strategic consultants and consultants. But what's happening is that it's shrinking. And there's a higher concentration. And people are getting into spaces and opportunities and blurring boundaries. And that creates another sense of an opportunity for us. That also means that we have to be hugely agile. Because if we didn't, and with the uncertainties around us, it could hurt us. We feel confident that we have a way forward. We feel confident, and Tiger's going to talk about Lean Digital. There are several panels on how we're using consulting and analytics to drive the business opportunity forward. It's important to, however, stare at our scorecard. When we wrapped up Miami in 2016, we said, we're going to really push the boundaries. But 16 was different. So we said we'd like to get to 15% global client growth. We'd like to ensure that we stay with GE in a way that we continue to grow in the right areas. And we also said that we'd like to collaborate, and collaborate both internally and externally. And the scorecard is mixed. So one would argue we may be unfair, and we're not taking into consideration the environmental conditions. But look, it was a scorecard. You don't change scorecards. This is a scorecard, and this is the result. So we did OK. We didn't do well in certain areas. But gosh, this team really, really worked hard. I can't think of anyone who ran slower in 16 versus any other year. Because if you start to compare this with how competition has done, it's not bad. It's really not bad. But for the clients, look, we don't make so much money off you. You see that? I just wanted to ensure that all clients in the front see that, right? So we're growing. We make money. Otherwise, we can't serve you, but not as much as you thought we did. New logos. New logos in 16. We did a back of the envelope, Lyon actually, was just south of 1 trillion market cap of all the companies that we have won new relationships with. And this is a very impressive list that continues to grow. Lots of milestones, great productivity, lots of cross-selling, great bundling, and a huge improvement in the way we've gone to market. But again, like we said, there is a critical thing that we've been at for the last 18 months, and that is around Lean Digital. Lean Digital, with the Innovation Center in Palo Alto, and these are just a few examples of some CXO commentary that we get. Each time, and we have at least a couple of clients who've been there who are with us, who will share their experiences, and they will critique us, and that's what we hope to hear from you. But every time we've got a client into Palo Alto, and we've run the map there of trying to do a value generation exercise for them, we've had tremendous success. And each one of you should think about how you're going to use this as you go to market and create value for your clients. So, a tough environment, competitors, the competitive landscape significantly changing, uncertainty, lots of new agile digital technology, but we did a good job in winning stuff. And in the next few minutes, we'll just walk you through very quickly, some deals that you'll have an opportunity to get in and spend time. And spend time learning from the folks who won. But it's very, very critical to also learn from the folks where we did not win. This is one of our great deals. This is a deal where we use consulting to get in finance, and we've created a major transformational opportunity to completely redo the CFO office. There's going to be a breakout session on this. Again, we must think about how we leverage such deals. This one is about leveraging partnerships. And we have OSV in the room. We actually went in with a partner. This is one of the large oil and gas services companies based in the UK. And what they thought we did exceptionally well was A, we delivered a seamless solution to the client, and B, we really did shine on domain. This one's an interesting one. Here, we've actually partnered with a consulting company to create a path to retransforming their supply chain operation. And this is quite interesting because this could have been a no bid for us. This could easily have been a no bid for us. But the teams challenged themselves, and we went forward, and we bid for this work, where one of the strategy houses is a sub to us. That's intriguing. We hadn't heard about that in the past. And that's what is happening, if you remember the Venn diagram that we saw a few minutes ago. Citibank, built on exceptional delivery. This team delivered 4x of the booking number that they had in their target. Now, that certainly deserves a very big applause. This is a very interesting deal at GE, where most of in technology, creating an outcome-based model requires appetite at the client as well. And again, as you walk through, we talk about technology and the opportunity in technology. Please do spend time on this deal and talk to the folks who worked through this. Another terrific deal to look at. This one we love. We really love, because this was almost signed off to go to competition when Harpreet and his team grabbed it. I was chatting with our COO for Europe, and he said they will be our largest client in terms of operating delivery in Europe in 2017. That's a great, great deal. So we snatched it just as it was about to get signed. Now, there's another client that we've had the opportunity to do that. So that shows hunger. That shows that we will not go back and say, oh, it's been awarded. Oh, there's competition. Oh, somebody else is their sole source. That's how Vishal and Harpreet and Ashish and their team demonstrated great success. The platform, the mortgage platform that Neeraj, Eric work on, huge momentum is being built here. We're actually going to set up a new center in Florida to service the client. There's a big opportunity. This market, at this point in time, is somewhat fragmented, and it's quite untapped. And Sanjay and Mohit and their teams are building some great assets to ensure that we continue to drive growth here. But as we think about wins, which are great, and these wins are probably some of the best that we have had, we must also stare and think about why we lose. And I'm going to put them all together, but it's worth reading through the two sentences or the single sentence that almost adequately describes why we lost. Huge deals. Huge deals. Just as we have an example of having partnered with an organization to deliver the CPG example we had. Look at the left bottom. We just dragged our feet, and we didn't consider to bring somebody in. It was one of the largest consulting deals we lost. One of the largest. The one on the top right, right? One of the largest deals in insurance. They loved us. They loved the executive team. They said this is the best presentation they have seen. When it went to the next level, we missed the trick. We could not translate the follow-through. And that's when the rubber met the road, and they booted us out. So I wouldn't go through this. All of them will be, again, in the loss reviews that you will see. But I would like to say that as you think about this, think about its application in your world. That is what is most critical, and how we shouldn't repeat mistakes. Because you think about this. I say, we lost this deal. Why do we say it? We say it because if we won these two deals, we'd be struggling to deliver. So one would say, was that an aspiration? Are you saying mute your hunger? That's not the point. The point is we invest resources in areas that don't drive value. Now, I'm urging each of you to think about the limitations we all have. But the game has got more exciting. We're going to help the front end. Shantanu and his team are investing heavily. We're significantly simplifying the consulting structure. We've made some announcements. We're quite convinced that between the digital analytics changes that Tiger has driven within the company and the enablement that we are creating for ourselves, we will have a great 17. Before you go, think about what we would do and get out of the 2 days. Miami is a great place. Blue Martini was fun. But the next 2 days, or today and tomorrow, have to be more intense. Have to be definitely more intense. Think about what you would do to enable your client. Think about that one radical idea that you can take. And think about how you can openly share learnings, how you can openly learn from each other, and how can you say, I made a mistake. Before I hand over to Tiger, I'd like to thank each of you for the incredible hard work, for going through a tough 16, but we promise you 17 is going to be fantastic. We all have to say, we can do it. Thank you.